Gentlemen, have you ever been let down, disappointed, a little bit bummed out by results of things in your life? Clearly not administrative results, but other results of things in your life. Of course you have. It's part of the human experience. And I know this 100% that all of you watching have been let down, especially because Paramount's Halo show exists. Yes, I experience human emotion just like you, and at times I am let down. Doing what I do in the YouTube firearms zeitgeist, there are projects I undertake and sometimes they just don't cut it. Or I've gotten firearms in, I've scurried onto the range and I've been underwhelmed by their performance or their lack of performance at all. And today on Administrative Results, we're gonna see if some of my least favorite firearms can redeem themselves. First on the docket for redemption, the Webley MK VI. Now the Webley MK VI is a handgun that I think is really cool for the main reason, break open action on a revolver. I am a massive sucker for a top break revolver. I think of the Schofields and I think of the Webleys. I'm sure there's other ones out there, but I'm also a massive idiot. So I am bound to forget things. I'm also bound to get things wrong every once in a while. But the Webley MK VI I think is really cool. The sidearm of the British military throughout many conflicts, and I wanted one and I got it and I was super excited to shoot it. So we went out and filmed and the gun was not working. I had this and I was trying to shoot it with 455 Webley. And surprise, surprise, the gun was not meant for 455 Webley because it has a shaved down cylinder to take 45 auto. After that video, I was very well educated in the comments section. They're like, hey dummy, this is why. And then fast forward to even now, Ian McCollum, he recently made a video on it where Steinel is actually making ammo purpose-driven for Webleys that had the shaved down cylinder. So the quick backstory is a lot of Webleys came in. There wasn't a lot of 455 Webley in the States. Guys still wanted to shoot them, so they ended up shaving the cylinder down to fit 45 auto. Bada bing, bada boom. Admin at the time did not know that, but I know it now. So I got some Steinel 45 auto, and I believe the Webley do be working. Ta-da! So this problem is I suck with it. I'm consistent with it. I will say that does feel pretty good. Breaking it open. Oh! There we go. So to work in the gun, I believe you have to have moon clips for it. It has like the proper spacing for the hammer to hit the round when it's in the cylinder. Now that it works, I think it's pretty cool. I think we'll have to throw it into a Milstart video we do in the future. Oh! Get behind me. I want to show them how bad I am with this thing. All right, single action. What the heck?
Bruh.
How is he so bad? What's going on? I had a light primer strike. We'll see if we can't make it go off. Ah! Light primer strike, no good. You can see one of the rounds failed to do the dirty. We can't move on until I clean the target. Ah! Ha ha! All right, now we can move on. I know, I didn't clean it, but it's a Webley MK VI, leave me alone. There's a weird British theme going on because up next in Admin's House of Horrors, we have a modernized Sterling SMG. So this was a really fun project that broke my heart because I really wanted it to work. Now, nothing has changed from me trying to fix this gun, except I have one trick I want to try today, and that's using the OCL lithium 9mm can on the gun today. So, that actually looks pretty freaking sick. I'm hoping it works. So my theory, I don't think it will work. So what I think is gonna happen is the pressure is going to unlock the bolt too soon and it won't cycle, but there's only one way to find out. We're gonna try and load it up with some AAC 124 grains, the ammo sponsor of the channel. All right, so I only loaded like 6 rounds in. Ugh. Off to a rough start. I instantly lost 3 rounds. Okay, okie dokie. Yeah, all right. I may have grabbed the worst mag possible. What? How in all my infinite wisdom would I grab the worst mag? Man, I'm losing ammo like, oh, the bolt straight up just hedgehogged our boy. It shot the round, it worked. We'll just try it pistol style. And then we got a light primer strike. It's eating the bullet up a little bit. Let's see if we can't try one more. Kill shot. Ah, okie doke. Ah, okay, I think we're making improvement. We'll try it one more time just because I'm getting hope. I'm getting a spark of hope, but that feels pretty cool when it cycles. Is it weird? I have a fear that something's gonna happen with the back and like shoot me in the face. It's crazy. The last round consistently has been not firing. All right, so where are we at with the tube of death? So I will say it looks pretty sick with the can on there. Maybe this lights a fire underneath my butt to actually get this thing fixed and figured out. So I might have to do that, and then we could revisit it in a future episode. Wow, this guy's really YouTubing. I have hope. Do you have hope? It's like an admin, a new hope. I really want this thing to work. I love the Sterlings, so hopefully maybe I'll come back out in a future time, try that out with new mags, and go from there. All right, now we can move on. HS-10B, arguably one of God's worst shotgun designs, but it's also one of God's coolest shotgun designs. Came about in the 50s. It was designed to be the ultimate SWAT shotgun breaching tool, and I think for the era, it's pretty high speed, but comparing it to shotguns today, it is definitely antiquated. Essentially a semi-automatic shotgun with the chassis built around it. Things that I hate about the gun are the loading gate. So to load the shotgun, you have to push this button, activates the trap door. Now the trap door is my biggest Achilles heel. I hate it very much. It is extremely sharp. And so when you're trying to load it up and you're guiding the shell in, and as you push into the cylinder, you will get your fingernail caught on the sharp edges of that trap door. Fellas, so if there's anything I would change about the gun, it would definitely be an extended tube to hold a few more shells, probably 2 more. So you would have 6 shells in the tube if it holds 2 more, and then you would have 1 in the chamber for a total of 7 shells.
You sure about that?
I think that'd be pretty slick. It definitely will put people into the dirt, right? You still fire in buckshot. In the sense that it's a disappointment. I would say the stock makes it, it's like a little kid's, was it propeller hat thingy? The stock makes it very goofy to shoot. If you're trying to like shoot in a hurry and you're trying to get that stock in your pit, then it becomes a little weird. It's kind of fun because you can like arm shoot it. You can look like a 1950s cop. So that's kind of neat. But overall, not terrible, but when you actually get your hands on one, you're like, oh yeah, this thing kind of sucks. I will say the nostalgia does run deep, and I'm happy to have it in my collection because of the video game Call of Duty Black Ops. Let me rewind the clock. Junior high, admin getting home off the bus stop. Can he secure Call of Duty Black Ops and start grinding to unlock guns so he can match up with his buddies from school and be a terrorist on the web using a ballistic knife and crossbow? I do miss that game. Moving on. I haven't touched this gun in a long time, and it just sits in my safe. If it had the personification of a human being, like in Toy Story, it would probably be looking at me like, why, admin, why have you forsaken thee? Was I not a good gun? And I would look at it and say, no, you were hella mid. I've been watching a lot of Toy Story ever since having a kid. No one ever told me how many kid movies I'd be watching once you do have a kid. So heads up. Oh, that hurts. That actually hurts. You Another thing about the gun is it's actually very painful to shoot because of this stock. Oh, did you see that? That was a guy that was sitting on the toilet, drinking his coffee, eating his beer. I ambushed him. You know why I ambushed him? Because he was not liking and subscribing and leaving a comment in the comment section down below. Show me, your comments are sacrificed to the algorithm God. I enjoy your comments. I read your comments. I laugh, I cry, I experience the gauntlet of human emotions in the comment section. So go ahead and leave me a comment. The Tombstone lever gun from POF. Now, I'm not mad at the gun, just a little disappointed. Now, why would I be disappointed at this gun? You may think, oh wow, lever guns are cool. And lever guns are cool, but POF made arguably one of the weirdest lever guns I've ever seen. Now, I will say this gun has a chance at redemption. So the context was POF reached out and they said, hey, would you want to check out our Tombstone lever gun? And I was like, you know what? Sure, I'm into weird guns. And I got it and I shot it and it was just very, okay. It wasn't anything to where I was like, wow, this is groundbreaking. It wasn't anything where it's like, wow, this is terrible. It shot, it did the job, it worked. It's a 16-inch 9mm lever gun that takes a magazine. Now, there's things about it that I don't like, mainly the proprietary magazine. I wish they would have gone with maybe like a Glock mag or something, because I already have a bunch of Glock mags. And the price tag. The price tag for this thing is like $2 grand. Pretty steep. You're getting into an IR laser category, making this thing kind of like a weird, very fun gun. It's not really practical unless you want to smoke stuff with 9mm. Now, the things about it that I did like is that it's a 9mm lever gun that takes a mag, and then when you throw a can on it, it's actually a lot of fun. I will give him that. Now, is it $2 grand fun? If I had to pay for this thing, I would not buy it. But now that I got one for free, it's definitely a good time because you have a lever gun, you have a fun little action. You have to cycle around. I like that. It's simple. Harkens back to a more savage day. So I will say the gun gets some redemption. Now, get some, right? I'm not paying $2 grand for this thing. I can see this being a really fun range toy, and I think it'd be a really fun tool for getting new people that are coming into the firearm space, something really fun to shoot. So I kind of like that. You know, it's a little bit more grounded. It's fun to shoot. There's not a heavy recoil. There's the satisfaction of cycling the lever. I like that about it. That's where its merits do come into play. Outside of that, that's about it. Okay, maybe that's fun. Compelling. Gentlemen, videos like these are made possible thanks to Americana Pipe Dream Apparel, fantastic young Zoomers in the milsurp space and arena. They have all your milsurp needs that you may need. I'd encourage you to go check them out. They help out the channel a bunch. If you're a big fan of weird one-off milsurp camo, sometimes they get some really cool stuff in. If you weren't checking their website, they did at one point have Omani DPM. Who knows when they'll get that back in? It's very exclusive, very sought after. I got some. Did you? But they also have a bunch of other stuff on the website. They have everything you need to take your collection to new and confounding levels so you can LARP hard in your mother's basement. I want to give a big thank you to Americana Pipe Dream Apparel. Go check them out. Well, gentlemen, this was a little look-ski at some of my guns that maybe deserved a shot at redemption. Maybe another look in the sunlight, seeing what's truly going on. While some of these guns definitely disappointed me, some of these actually redeemed themselves. Like the Webley and now the Tombstone gun is actually sitting fonder in my heart. The HS-10B I still like for nostalgia and like just one-off cool factor. The Sterling needs some work. Maybe that's the future project. It's not as cool as Brandon Herrera's AK-50, but to me, I like the Sterling. And chances are you do too, so maybe stick around, subscribe. As always, gentlemen, I got nothing else for you. I will catch you on the flip. Everything about it hurts, especially running those hotter loads. Wait a second.